Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. This is William Hindman, your host, and this is Just Force 911, where we look at how our public officials do their job or they just don't. Wow, that's new. Anyway, guys, this one here comes to us from Here's the Deal. If you would, please go over and tell them I sent you over there and subscribe to them. Hit their like and share because it helps us algorithms. And with that being said, please, if you would, subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys, by the way, very much. You got me to 1,800. Trying to get to 2,000, so keep it up. Leave me a comment. Thumbs up, thumbs down says how I do. The bell icon tells you when I do a new video. And the like and share helps my algorithms. Hey, this is two cops in Canada who are trying their very best to write a young man a ticket, and they try every trick in the book to misinform, overtly tell the truth, stretch the truth, and I mean when they talk about stretch, wow. Remember that Lance Armstrong doll where you used to be able to pull the arms, all the way apart? That's what these cops are doing. They don't have any more of the clue of the law than you can teach pigs to fly. And they try, though. They try their very best. And fortunately, the young man knows the laws, so he ends up defeating the police officer. Ooh. Well, if there weren't such scumbags to start with, it wouldn't be a problem. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get into the video, and you guys tell me what you think.
Welcome back to the Here's the Deal channel. I think sometimes we all have the propensity to believe that tyranny and tyrants are only relegated to our shores and not to distant shores where other people are controlled by other governments. And nothing could be further from the truth. Now, one of the ways I generally define tyranny as the cruel, oppressive, unjust rule by government officials. And some of the key aspects of tyranny are that the government official is trying to exercise absolute power. He's trying to suppress rights. He has a lack of accountability. He uses fear-based tactics to get what he wants. He's motivated by self-interest. And there's this whole cult of personality that swirls around the entire concept of tyranny. Right here, I want to show you this guy from I Am Cars, who's part of, I think, Daily Driven Exotics. He gets pulled over by a Canadian police officer who doesn't have a reason to pull him over. And then when he tries to think of a reason, it goes beyond his own corporate traffic law structure. And it's pretty interesting. I want to bring this to you. This happened a couple years ago. You're going to notice that the cop, this guy makes a big deal about the cop not wearing a ritualistic shame muzzle, which is pretty interesting because the cop ends up putting that shame muzzle on as though that did any good at all. Plus, when he puts it on, there's these gaping holes in the side, which makes the whole thing ridiculous. But I want to hone in on the fact that this cop was trying to oppress this individual, even though the cop is schooled by this individual that the traffic law he thinks he's upholding doesn't really exist.
Hey, bud.
Hey, good morning.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. Just stopped you because your license plate's not coming back to anything, man.
Perfect. Do you want me to grab you my license and registration? For sure. So it's a dealer plate.
Okay.
So it's registered to my company and I got my insurance on me.
So are you using it for work or what are you using it for?
Yeah, I'm driving to work right now.
Okay.
I'm allowed to have a company car.
Okay.
Rule number one. Shut the front door.
Quit talking to police.
Just like in Calgary, as it is in America, you don't have to answer extra questions that don't pertain to the nature of the stop. So where are you coming from? Where are you going? What are you using this thing for? It's really none of your business. Now, you don't have to say it's none of your business because Calgary, Canadian police officers have egos that are fragile and easily bruised, just like American police officers. So you have to be real careful how you talk to them. You got to put on your kid gloves when you're talking to the police officers, or things could go really bad for you.
So that's my license.
It's a dealer plate. You're only supposed to use it for work, though, right? Like for work purposes.
Yeah, I'm driving to work right now.
Yeah, but you're just taking it home and doing whatever you want with it?
No, I'm allowed to drive a company car.
Okay.
I actually have the
You
regular.
think you could take your own property and go home and go to work and maybe go to the park and do whatever you want with it? I'm the law enforcement agent who's saying you can't do that.
If you want me to pull them.
I'm sorry to break in here, but why do all cops go, yeah, okay, okay? They sound like they're morons. Oh, that's it. That's because they are.
Okay, I'll just give you a few seconds.
Okay, sure.
Thanks, buddy.
I guess that's what happens when you have a low IQ.
Second police officer arrives and he notices he's filming, advises the other officer.
Do you have your work stuff for the vehicle?
What do you mean my work stuff?
Like the stuff with the VIN for the vehicle and everything, like the vehicle description, model, make that kind of stuff.
Well,
that stuff's not on the
yes, so that registration, because the plate, they're fully transferable between vehicles, right? So with that, you see how like my insurance says any vehicle owned and or operated by the insured? So I can technically put my plate on your police car and be licensed, insured, everything. I can put this on any of my vehicles at work. I can put it absolutely anywhere.
He decides to put on the ritualistic shame muzzle after infecting the driver.
Fully legal.
Okay. You want to grab your bin here, okay, buddy?
Sure, yeah, go for it. I'm not sure why I'm getting pulled over here, to be honest.
What's that?
I'm not sure why I've been pulled over here.
Well, when you don't register a vehicle to a person, a private person, or directly to a company, it doesn't come back to anything.
Yeah.
So this is a dealer plate, which are typically used on vehicles that are for.
I understand these cops want deniability, but I thought that excuse from the law was no excuse. Just because you didn't know was not an excuse to get away from something. Oh, but that they're sovereign citizens. I keep forgetting that. Damn.
For sale.
Yeah, and this vehicle is for sale.
Yeah.
There are a lot of interesting similarities between American police officers and Canadian police officers, the least of which isn't the tattoos on the arm. I mean, we got fully sleeved, and it's becoming more and more commonplace, fully sleeved on both arms police officers, and you kind of wonder what the heck is going on. Is this like a gang initiation tattoo or what?
You're using it for personal.
I'm driving to work, actually.
Okay, yeah, and that's fine, but I'm saying you're going to get stopped quite often, likely.
Yeah, I do get stopped quite often. I drive exotic cars all the time, so I get pulled.
My gang is going to harass you a whole lot. I want you to know that. We're not out here serving and protecting anybody. We're not stopping crime. As you can see, we're using the resources and manpower of the state not to stop murders and thefts and rapes or anything like that. We're here to harass you. So my Thin Blue Line gang here in Canada is gonna, we're gonna harass you a lot. You do realize that, right? They're saying it up front. They're admitting that they're going to engage in widespread criminality.
Over for the plates all the time. So.
Okay. Yeah, and we don't just run exotic, but we'll run plates that look different.
Okay. So why did you run this plate? Just curious.
Why? I don't know.
Okay.
Why you ran this one?
Okay. Because I'm not doing anything wrong, you know what I mean? Like.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, we query plates to see who registered owners are and things like that sometimes, and they do documents checks and.
Yeah, because we're not busy enough. We don't have enough to do. There aren't enough crimes to solve. So we're just kind of sitting around in our patrol cars, and we have these neat little technological devices where we can read your license plate, find out who you are, where you live, make you insecure in your person's houses, papers, effects. You know what? Whether you live in America, it doesn't matter. You're a human being. You got the right to be secure in your person's houses, papers, and effects, whether there's a Fourth Amendment or not. I don't care if this is in Canada. I don't care who you think this does or doesn't apply to. Human beings, especially these badged law enforcers, don't have the right to make other people insecure just because, hey, we weren't doing anything and we're kind of burning time on the clock and we're not solving any crimes anyway. So let's go ahead and be a general nuisance to society.
Make sure they're not stolen. Sometimes sometimes vehicles are. We have a hot sheet, so we have a list of stolen vehicles.
Yeah, cool.
You never know, right?
I can produce a digital bill of sale for the vehicle if you'd like.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I don't think the question is whether or not you're legally driving the vehicle. It's just a matter of checking registration and.
But yeah, so in Alberta with dealer plates, like I was explaining to the other gentleman there, so I can put that plate, as long as I have the plate and the matching insurance, which I do, I can put it on any vehicle around here and be fully legal.
You know, I'm aware of how dealer plates work.
Yeah.
It's just that if you're, like, it's being used for just...
He's going to demonstrate that neither cop knows how dealer plates work.
We have a right to investigate.
Of course, yeah.
Used just for personal traffic.
Yeah. So I do.
We have a right to harass. That's what he means to say.
Actually, I was explaining to the other gentleman there. I do actually have the regulations on my phone that, as an employee, B, a family member of the owners, I am actually allowed to drive on a dealer plate for personal reasons. Okay, yeah. Okay, no, yeah.
I'm just saying it is a thing that also happens that we investigate.
For sure,
we go on our system as an info post.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if it's seen that you're driving this vehicle, specifically this one, for an extended period of time, then that's reportable, right?
He says there are no regulations on the period of time to which a dealer plate can be used. He's going to show the actual law that these law enforcement agents are not abiding by.
Gotcha.
Do you know what I mean?
They're actually threatening economic terrorism against this guy while he's in perfect line with their corporate traffic code.
Yeah.
Because it's not, at that point, it's not a vehicle that you're using for sale. You're using it for personal use, even though it's insured and operating under the dealer.
Yeah. It's debatable though, right? Because I could say, oh, I was going to meet a client with the car and show them the car right now, as a theoretical, right?
Yeah, absolutely, you could, right? But
can I scrub the VIN from the door?
Yeah, of course. It's just right here.
Just harassment.
And as I was explaining, because apparently this might be a stolen car, I can, you're investigating the possibility of it being a stolen car.
I called a traffic sergeant. So the ticket for these vehicles, for the plate, like Jason stopped you, is because you're only supposed to put the dealer plate on vehicles that someone's taking for a test drive, or someone's taking to and from service, or it's being advertised as a for sale vehicle, right? You're not supposed to put a dealer plate on any vehicle for the company to use for personal, for personal reasons.
Yeah. You can get a business address at a real physical location, not a P.O. box. Choose from any of the thousands of addresses.
So he's going to show this law right here. Let me just go through it right here because he spends quite a bit of time on this. It says, for the purposes of subsection 1B, quote, used in the promotion of sales by the holder of the dealer's certificate of registration or its employee or agent includes personal use of the vehicle by the holder of the dealer's certification of registration, the holder's employee or agent, and a family member of the holder or holder's employee. So this flies in the face of everything these cops are trying to tell this guy as they're trying to issue him an economic terrorism ticket against their own corporate traffic law policy.
And I actually have the email from them with the actual regulations. I am allowed to drive the vehicle for personal use.
I'm gonna leave you taking it.
You're gonna have to give me a minute just to pull it up.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
But I have it saved in my.
Let me just say this. Even if the law said, yeah, you can pull over and harass this guy, why would you? The guy's not victimizing anybody. They didn't pull him over because he's jeopardizing lives on the road. There's literally no reason for them to pull him over other than, hey, I'm an order follower. I'm obeying what the Crown says, and I'm going to give you an economic terrorism ticket because you didn't come under the power of the traffic contract.
I've been down this road before, you know what I mean?
Like I said, like if the Crown's not persuaded, then at the end of the day, I don't really care either. But my biggest thing is that some of these guys, I'm not saying you, but some of these guys have these dealer plates on their vehicles. They speed, they get photo radar tickets, they do whatever they want with the vehicle, and they're not scared because they know that it's a dealer plate and nothing's to come back to them, right?
Yeah.
But he wasn't doing any of these things. That's not even the reason. He didn't get pulled over because he was speeding, because he was driving recklessly, because he was trying to evade. He just got pulled over because they ran his plates.
Like I said, if you got it, I want to see it because I can learn too, right? So. Okay, if I don't have my mask on, I forgot the stupid thing in the car.
Whatever the government legally requires you to do as a public officer is what you should do.
I called 44-1, he said.
Out of curiosity, I know that you say you drive exotic vehicles all the time, and you could drive.
The guy literally apologized for not wearing the very thing that the Canadian government required everybody to wear.
You said your rights. You could be driving to or from, meeting a client, things like that.
Yep.
You're clearly using this to go home and go to work, right?
As of this moment in time, I am leaving a condo downtown, driving to work. Yes.
Yeah. So that's where it comes in, and there is like my partner alluded to, like there is a ticket for that, right?
Yeah. No, I understand that.
Yep, that's wrong. Absolutely wrong. Based on the law that we just read, that those cops are supposed to be enforcing.
So this is dated actually from 2011, but it's important changes to operating licensing and vehicle control regulations regarding the use of dealer plates in Alberta, and there's all the subsections and everything. But let me just turn up my screen here. It will be repealed and substituted with the following: for the purpose of subsection 1B, used in promotion of sales by the holder of the dealer certificate or agent includes personal use of the vehicle by the holder of the dealer certificate or registration.
Wait, read that first line again.
It's being repealed with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what was the first line again?
For the purpose of subsection 1, subsection B, used in the promotion of sales. Yeah, this is promotion of sales.
You told us you're driving it from home to work.
But promotion of sales.
Yeah, just read the wording right here. Promotion of sales, used in the promotion of sales by the holder of the dealer's certification of registration or its employer agent, includes personal use of the vehicle. I wish this guy capitalized on that. Yeah, but used in the promotion of sales, which includes personal use of the vehicle, which you guys, you badged law enforcers, are saying I can't use it for.
From home to work.
But promotion of sales, I also like meet up with people see me in traffic. One guy that passed, he knows me, he follows me on Instagram. So it is promotion of sales. I sell high, and I'm not arguing with you guys. I sell high.
See where we're coming from.
Yes,
right? Okay.
but it is both sides, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not arguing with you. There for sure is a business aspect of that.
Yeah.
I don't think we're not saying that you're not allowed to be driving a vehicle. I'm just saying there's a weird gray area in there.
For sure, yeah.
They are saying exactly that. We're not saying that we're going to do this. Yeah, you were saying you're going to give them a ticket for using this vehicle for personal use when your own traffic code says you can use it for personal use, but you are going to give them a ticket in violation of your own traffic law.
Duty to investigate.
No, of course, yeah. And I'm not giving you guys a hard time, believe me. Like, I know police get a hard enough time as it is, and I want to make it as easy and transparent for you guys. But it does say like a family member of the holder of the employee, the holder's employee, agent.
I just want to see it so I can learn myself a little bit. At the end of the day, if the Crown doesn't care, I don't care either.
And if you want, like, if you give me
if the Crown doesn't care, I don't care. If the Crown does care and it's illegitimate or immoral, are you going to enforce that, officer? You shouldn't, because the most dangerous people on this planet are people who just follow orders. They just turn their mind off and they do what they're told regardless of if it's right, instead of doing what is right regardless of what they're told.
It's like death by 1,000 cuts.
Aren't you tired of spending your hard-earned money on a million different productivity apps? Well, here's how you...
I can email you the actual document.
No, I got it here. Yes.
Okay, cool.
The other thing too, like you can tell with your vehicle, like you have one bag that you're clearly going to work with. There's something else in it. I pulled a guy over, same thing. He's like, my dad's owns a dealership. He had all of his stuff in the car. He had stuff hanging from the mirror. Like it was clearly a personal vehicle. And I used that as evidence to go to court and charge him as uninsured driver. And
I used that as evidence to go to court and charge him as an uninsured driver, to which the guy gets fined $3,000 because of this road pig right here.
Found guilty and he got a $3,000 fine, right?
Wow.
So, I'm not saying that we can't enforce that either, right? It is an enforceable offense still.
No, it's not.
I'm not, without a doubt in my mind, you're driving the vehicle legally. I'm not saying that. I just wanted to make sure, like, I know you're obviously frustrated with having to deal with us so many times, but
I appreciate chatting with you guys.
And in the gray area, lets you drive around with it, right? So it's all good, man. All right, buddy.
All right, cool. Have a good day, guys. Thank you.
So tyranny, or the cruel, oppressive, unjust rule by government, that is what this is right here. When you have roadside harassment by two government agents who are supposed to be protecting and serving, and they say they're going to do this in Canada too, you have the face of tyranny looking you right in the eyes. They think they have absolute power. They think they can suppress your rights no matter what, even under the color of traffic law. They lack accountability. They use fear tactics, economic terrorism tactics, and they're operating in their own self-interest, because at the end of the day, they're getting a paycheck by doing what is wrong. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the thought police in the comment section below. None of us is greater than all of us. If you think I'm wrong about something, please post it in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share this video with everybody you know, and remember, exercise your freedoms every chance you get, because if you don't exercise them, they're like a muscle. They will atrophy and you will lose your freedoms.
Okay, guys. So what's the difference whether it's the road pirates, the cops on the highway, on the street, the ones that come up to your door? What it is officers that think that they're beyond the law, or think that they're the guardians of the state, and they're just low-life scumbags. That's basically it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and we will catch you on the next one. Remember, always film the police, because you'll back to blue till it happens to you.